Hey guys, we are currently in the Wrathstone DLC patch as of this video, and I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of people, and one of the questions that keep sticking out to me, and which I will answer in this video, is as a tank this patch, should I be using an ice staff or a lightning staff? And my answer as usual is it depends. Even before this patch, a lot of tanks were using lightning staves on their back bar. Before the crusher nerf to the one-hander, and I'll explain here why. So, as a tank, you'll always want to use a lightning staff on your back bar with the crusher enchant this patch if you have stamina DPS in your group or a stamina DPS raid composition for trials, and I'll explain why. If you look at the blue CP in the ritual tree, there's a perk called the Exploiter, and this perk gets unlocked at 75 points invested into the entire ritual tree. And as you can see from these points we can put into Thaumaturge, Precise Strikes, Piercing, Miney, these are all stamina DPS CP investments. So you'll more than likely, as a stamina DPS build, have Exploiter unlocked. And what Exploiter does is you do 10%, and this is huge, 10% more damage done against off-balanced enemies. And a lot of people are going to ask me the next, what is off-balance exactly? And I know there's a lot of confusion out there in regards to concussion, off-balance, minor vulnerability. Let me explain that real quick. Now, in order to off-balance a boss or an NPC or a player even, you need to have well, specifically the boss, you need to have the status effect of concussion inflicted on them. And concussion, while it can come from light wall, it comes from other sources, such as shock enchantment. It also comes from Sork abilities, which are lightning based, and also it has a chance to come from light attacks on your lightning staff bar. Now, concussion is a status effect a lightning staff bar or lightning skills can inflict on players or NPC. Minor vulnerability is the debuff given to us by infallible aether or lightning based attacks, which increase damage susceptibility by 9% or so. And those two are completely different things. So when an enemy is concussed, you want to put a lightning wall down, and more than likely it will be concussed during a raid, especially when you and most probably 3 other supports, the healers and the tank, have their own lightning walls. So it will more than likely be off balance, and due to recent changes to off balance, there will be a cap on off balance, but you still want off balance for a stamina DPS raid composition. 10% additional damage is no joke at all. So yes, you will still want to wear staff. You'll still want to use lightning staff of whatever on your back bar with crusher enchantment as a tank. Now, what about ice staff? I'm not sure why some people are asking about the ice staves. Probably because of the crusher nerf to the wander. Like, okay, well, what's good for a tank now? An ice staff, a bow, two-hander, lightning staff? So I'll answer this question as well in this video. And ice staff, why a lot of tanks like using it over a lightning staff is because an ice staff can give you, where is it? The Ancient Knowledge passive from the Destro staff skill line. Equipping a frost staff reduces the cost of your blocking by 36% and increases the amount of damage mitigation by 20%. So if you compare this to the Sword and Board passive from Fortress, you're going to see a similar thing. It reduces the cost of blocking by 36%. Also, there's a damage mit here somewhere. You have 20% right there. So it is very, very pretty much the same. Obviously, you'll be lacking the resistances, slightly low resistance from not having a shield, especially the shields like Reinforced or Nerdhone or whatever you want to make it. but the shield is also innate armor, as you can see from the armor value. So you'll be slightly less tanky in the Ice Staff part, but not hugely. So this is why a lot of tanks prefer using Ice Staff. Also, if you heavy attack with an Ice Staff, it also taunts people, taunts enemies, taunts bosses for free. And that's also an attractive feature of the Ice Staff. And also, if you put points into destruction, where is it? Right, the Trifocus though. If you invest into Trifocus, and if you'll have Magicka cost rather than stamina cost. So it's up to you whether you want to invest into the Ice Staff. Tanking can still work without it, but otherwise, if you are in a raid, let's say an all Magicka DPS raid composition raid, in Asylum Sanctorium or Cloud Rest, where there aren't really usually any stamina DPS, for sure go Ice Staff, because in this tree, Magicka DPS, in particular Magicka Nightblades, which are the meta right now, they don't put 75 into this ritual tree. In fact, they put around 40 Thaumaturge, and that's it. That's nowhere close to unlocking the Exploiter passive. So it's completely fine to tell your raid if they're all Magicka Nightblades or whatever, or if they don't have the Exploiter perk unlocked, that you're going to use an Ice Staff. That's pretty much it. That's the only difference between using a Lightning Staff and the Ice Staff. Lightning Staff for stamina DPS, Ice Staff for if there's no stamina DPS around. Otherwise, that is pretty much it, guys, and I hope I answered that question for this patch, and onward it probably will not change unless they change something with the stays or with how off balance works and so on. And if they do change it in the near future, I'll make a video on that topic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great adventure, stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys next time.